Our drones are under attack. Under attack. Under attack. Is under attack. field depleted. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted. A creep tumor is under attack. Mineral field depleted. Battlefield depleted.
Hey guys, I just want to give you guys a rundown of how I do the intro. So I'm gonna go back all the way to the start, kind of talk about it real quick. That way you guys can understand what I'm trying to do. So first things first, I give both visions. I don't want to mine too much in the first drone before I send them out. I don't want to send them out right away, but you know, a couple cycles are fine, because you really don't need the drone there too early. You're not trying to completely deny his base, but you are coming over here, and you're gonna take a hatchery, a pool first, of course. And here we're pretty much just checking if it's a hatch first or a pool first. You could go up the ramp if you want, just to check if it's a pool first. But the whole purpose of the drone here is for two things. Zerg could either go pool first or hatch first. So if it's a pool first, I want to make sure that I know it's a pool first ahead of time. So the drone's going to allow me to know it's a pool first. It'll allow me some time to react. Plus my pool is coming up at a reasonable time. The only thing I am not doing technically is going for a really early gas, because I'm trying to get the minerals mined as efficient as possible, just in case he goes for a hatch first. So in this particular case, he's going for a hatch first, because you gotta know if it's a pool first or a hatch first to be able to figure out how to deny either build. So in this case, it's a hatch first. You don't want to keep it too much from denied. You don't want to deny it for too long. Just enough time just to kind of let you know that you know he does want it. So the next thing I do is, with the pool, I make sure I make lings. But the lings are not going to go to his base yet. I'm going to keep the lings at my base for a little while until I get a decent amount, and then I'm going to release them, because the overlords are going to be in the vicinity to be able to identify that the lings are coming over, and he should defend and get more lings. We don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to send in 4 drones, cancel the hatchery back, get the minerals, and we have 4 drones right here going over to the base. Now this hatchery, this drone turns into a hatchery, as you know. Now the hatchery has to make sure that you have 2 squares on either side so that you can fit spine crawlers right in between. Now notice that in this case, the blue player is not able to see the hatchery, so it's a perfect location. Now the reason why I stacked the drones is because if you sent 4 drones individually and he sees a trail of 4 drones, which most likely in a Zerg, Zerg versus Zerg, you're gonna find it, because the overlords are very hard to miss. You're gonna get caught sometime, so it's better just be as sneaky as possible. So that's why the 4 drones are sneaky, looking like some type of scout. Doesn't look like a spine crawler rush or anything, because of the fact that it's just 1 drone. Hatchery is coming up. Okay, now the spine crawlers are gonna get ready soon. Notice how my drones come about the same time that the hatchery comes out. That wasn't by luck. It took me a little while to figure out what a reasonable timing for a hatch comes up with, and how long it takes for me to actually get to my base to the other side of the map, so I can actually get here and be here right when the creep comes up. Okay. Comes over here. Now, in this situation, I have 2 spine crawlers, and I have a spore right in this bottom part. Now, the reason why I have the spore versus the spine crawlers in the front is because this is the best way I can find to be able to block the spine crawlers from getting attacked right away. The lings will want to attack just in nature the more closer part of the structures. They're not going to look and click and see what it is. When you look at this, you anticipate they're all spine crawlers. Now, the spine crawlers do take very little damage before they get denied, but the spore actually takes a lot of damage before it gets denied. So we're going to look at this right here. The lings are going to be attacking. You got 4 lings. You're still not seeing too much damage. The spore's just constantly keeping its strength. And then when it's almost dead, you cancel it and you do a mineral trick so you can get the drone out of the area. Now during that time, of course, you're sending your lings over to your attack. So my lings are coming to support the engagement. I cancel. Now I just stall, like my spine crawler. Alright. Okay, now I have this contained. Now, in the first part, what I used to do is I would make spine crawlers and then I would just kill the hatchery. The problem with making spine crawlers by themselves and killing the hatchery is that the hatchery actually produces the creep around, right? So if you kill the hatchery, you kill the creep. If you kill the creep, then the spine crawlers start reducing their health because they can't live off of creep. So they're gonna just keep slowly dying until they completely just whittle away. So we don't want that. We don't want that, and that's the problem we had before, is killing the hatchery denied creep, and we don't have enough resources or time to get the overseer because we need a layer tech. So the only thing I had was to be able to make a hatchery to be able to sustain the creep. So we went from spine crawlers to hatchery sniping into spine crawlers needing health, and hatchery's dead, so creep can't be made. So we started deciding to make a hatchery of our own, so that once we kill this hatchery, we have enough creep to be able to keep these bad boys alive and healthy, right? Now, so now we have this. Okay, so the hatchery's down. We quickly get a queen from this hatch that we got, and we make a creep tumor right here, right in the middle. So the creep tumor is set up where the hatchery can't be made. So you can't make a hatchery here once you destroy the containment, unless you get a spore or a layer tech. But most people won't know exactly what's going on yet. They'll just know they can't make a hatchery for some reason, or they delay their hatchery and they're not really sure what it is. So we make pretty much a creep tumor to just slow down the process. Do a good attack right here. There we go. So there he goes. He's gonna want to make a. Yep. Not gonna be able to make it. Alright, now this is the next phase, right? We killed his hatchery. Our hatchery died, but that's fine. We actually did damage, right? Our damage is done. This is doing damage right now. This is the cause. As well as the fact that the spine crawlers and the hatchery caused more damage to him on the trade. So the next thing I want to do in this build is I don't want to go into a Ling Bailing transition. Ling Bane to Ling Bane. I don't want to do that. What I do want to do though is get Bailings just to transition into Roach. So the Bailings are just so that I can deal with the Masslings, so I don't have to go with my own Lings. As long as I can get just enough Lings and to Banes, I should be able to get the Roaches out, deny the patches of Lings that just come in. And so you'll see me make Bailings and spread them out. Yeah, because Lings are really good in the early game. If you don't have enough Roaches yet, Lings could still do damage to the Roaches. You definitely want to make sure you don't get surrounded. And that's the reason why I decided to get Bailings with Roaches. And just kind of have Bailings here and there escort your Roaches for the time being that you have this. Because if the Lings come and try to surround your Roaches and you have a Bailing, it's definitely not what they want. So you can see they have a nature of trying to surround your Roaches. It's just a common nature. We gotta avoid that. A lot of back and forth. And then I made another Bailing. You always want to make a couple. You always expect them trying to YOLO. Never be too careful. So I knew he might run up the ramp trying to kill some workers. So I left this Bailing up here on the top. Definitely hurt him. He finally makes a spore to try to kill whatever's here, because he knows he can't make it over there. And my next phase to this is to go for a layer tech, to go into Roach speed, and to get my third hatch. But the third hatch is a macro hatch, except my macro hatch obviously is a true macro hatch. It's not set up at the third. I don't want to be jeopardized. I don't want to take a third and then he takes it out before I even can do anything. I want to make sure that the third is here. And I have Roaches to defend every part of these two bases. And my only objective right now is to get to about 125 to 130 supply. And get nothing but Roaches. Alright, my dog. Alright, now that I have a lot of Roaches, I should be able to go over there and attack him. He shouldn't have too much because of all the harass that we've been causing him and the loss of amount of Lings that he's been sending us. It did reduce the amount of drones he's capable of. And that's pretty much, that sums it up. GG, and I'll try to make another video like this soon. Hopefully you enjoyed, and again, try this to your friends, you know, and see if they're your true friends, because good friends, they don't leave you after you do a cheese like this. See you guys.